Hello, everybody. My name is Carson Kelly, and welcome to a new edition of Official Movie Review here on my YouTube channel, where we review the latest, greatest, and coolest, and sometimes rare fumbles or misses, and sometimes spectacular, amazingly great hits. And ladies and gentlemen, today buckle up because it's time to review Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Brand New Day here on my YouTube channel or wherever else you are listening to. Don't forget to check out my blog for my full written review of Spider-Man Brand New Day today on my blog at www.carsonkelleyblogs.com. Other than that, let's get straight to the show with this edition of Official Movie Review, where we review the latest chapter in Tom Holland's Spider-Man saga with Spider-Man Brand New Day. The beginning of a brand new chapter. What makes this movie feel so special is the sense that we are witnessing the beginning of a genuine new era. This is still the Spider-Man audiences have followed and loved throughout Tom Holland's journey, but the film carries a new energy, identity, and emotional weight. It honors everything that came before it while confidently opening the door to a different stage of Peter Parker's life. There is a maturity to the film that immediately separates it from the previous chapters. Peter has grown, his world has changed, his responsibilities feel heavier, and the consequences of his decisions carry a greater emotional force. At the same time, the film never loses the excitement, heart, or optimism that should define Spider-Man. That balance is incredibly important. Spider-Man can experience pain, loneliness, and seemingly impossible challenges, but he can never become a hero who simply gives up. He may fall, he may be hurt, he may feel as though the entire world is pressing down upon him, but Spider-Man always gets back up. That idea is beautifully represented throughout the movie. There are moments where Peter is physically and emotionally brought down, yet he continues moving forward. It is one of the character's most enduring qualities and one of the reasons Spider-Man has remained meaningful to generations of people and inspire generations of people. We can all learn something from that perseverance. Life will knock us down. There will be days when the weight we carry feels impossible. There will be moments when standing again appears more difficult than remaining on the ground. Spider-Man reminds us always to rise anyway. Tom Holland delivered one of his finest Spider-Man performances ever. Tom Holland is exceptional in this film. He understands Peter Parker on a remarkably deep level, and Brand New Day allows him to explore new emotional territory while maintaining the warmth and humanity that have always made his interpretation of the character work. Holland is convincing during the movie's largest heroic moments, but some of his finest work can be found in the quieter scenes. He communicates so much through Peter's expressions, physicality, and moments of silence. You feel what Peter has endured, you understand the weight he carries. Most importantly, you continue to believe in the goodness beneath the mask. Holland has been playing Spider-Man for many years now, a decade plus, but his performance here never feels tired or overwhelmingly familiar. Instead, it feels renewed. There is a spark of the portrayal that makes the movie live up to the promise of its title. This truly feels like a brand new day for his Spider-Man, and overall Spider-Man as a whole. I am incredibly excited to see where Holland and the creative team take Peter next. This film establishes a foundation that can support an extraordinary new collection of stories, relationships, and challenges. The future feels full of possibilities, and with great power comes great responsibility. One of the strongest strengths in Spider-Man Brand New Day is the combination of this great chemistry between Jon Bernthal Frank Castle and Tom Holland's Spider-Man. The combination works beautifully. Peter Parker and Frank Castle are naturally very different characters. They carry different philosophies, personalities, and approaches to justice. Those differences create an electric dynamic whenever they share the screen. Holland and Bernthal play off one another exceptionally well. Their scenes contain tension, personality, and an underlying sense that these two men are attempting to understand someone whose methods may sharply conflict with their own. Bernthal remains a commanding presence as Frank Castle throughout Spider-Man Brand New Day. He brings the intensity audiences expect from the character, but his performance also contains the human qualities that have always made his portrayal so compelling. The film does not treat the presence of Frank Castle as a novelty. His inclusion feels meaningful, and the relationships between him and Spider-Man become an important part of the movie's identity. Their chemistry was everything I hoped and would be more. I would gladly watch Holland and Bernthal share the screen again in future stories, whether that is something in Disney Plus where we finally get Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Punisher on the screen. That would honestly be so cool. And I hope we do get that maybe in a future Daredevil Born Again season, or maybe if they do like a Punisher, another series of the Punisher again, where we do get Jon Bernthal, but this time he will be more grounded as he always is. But we also see Tom Holland Spider-Man come in as well, and I feel like it's time we see Tom Holland in some Disney Plus shows and other contents as well. And I do hope we do see that, especially with the brand new day era happening and stuff. I do imagine we may see Tom Holland in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday, but if not, I most definitely believe we will see Tom Holland in Avengers Secret Wars. And I believe he will have a prominent role in that I imagine a year or two later, or maybe three, after the events of Secret Wars and the release of Secret Wars, we may get the next chapter, the sequel to Brand New Day. That's my early prediction with that. And I do hope there is a lot more of Tom Holland and Jon Bernthal together because these two were great. One of the things that matters the most to me in Spider-Man Brand New Day is that the familiar faces still matter. Zendaya and Jacob Batalon are both excellent whenever they appeared in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Without discussing the circumstances surrounding their respective characters, their presence carries emotional meaning. These characters have been an important part of Peter Parker's cinematic journey, and the film understands the connection audiences have found with them. Zendaya continues to bring intelligence, emotional resonance, restraint, and authenticity to her performance. Jacob Batalon also remains a naturally liked presence who can communicate warmth without disrupting the movie's more mature tone. Their screen time is handled with care. They are not included simply because audiences recognize them. Their appearances matter, and both performers make the most of every opportunity they have received on their screen time. I would not say nothing more about when their characters stand or how they appeared in the story, but their discoveries to be made in the theater when you experience the film. And also, one thing I want to throw in here before we go to the next section of today's video is that Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Brand New Day has taken a lot of inspiration from the Marvel Spider-Man games from Insomniac Games and PlayStation and Marvel games. Between the swingings, just the tone of the film, visual tone, and art direction, Spider-Man Brand New Day feels like to me a live action adaptation of Spider-Man PS4. And I mean that in the best way possible because Spider-Man PS4 means a lot to me. It's a game I often go back to once or twice a year to replay the DLC, replay the main campaign. And I'm actually, as of recording this, I've been recently replaying the Spider-Man games both on PC and console. PC for the first time and console for like the 20 millionth time. So I absolutely love the 2018 game, which is Spider-Man PS4. Then the remastered version, obviously, that came out in 2020 alongside Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was also a phenomenal game I absolutely loved. And, of course, Marvel Spider-Man 2 in 2023. And I imagine in the future there will be a final chapter to that saga of Spider-Man games, but I do hope there is more Spider-Man and video games in the far future, post the Insomniac Games' chapter of the Spider-Man. I have been so excited to talk about this performance of Spider-Man Brand New Day. And just a heads up, I will not spoil her character, but I just want to say Sadie Sink is phenomenal in Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Brand New Day. She deserves enormous praise for her performance, and I am giving that today in my review for Spider-Man Brand New Day. And like I said, I will keep the identity and nature of her role completely redacted. This is a spoiler-free review after all, and her character is something audiences should be allowed to discover for themselves on the big screen. What I can say is that Sink has a prominent role and delivers an outstanding performance all around. She brings confidence, emotional depth, and immediate presence to the film, even with an ensemble filled with established characters and performers and story. She commands attention when she appears. Sadie Sink feels completely at home within this world, and that is truly, really awesome. Her performance never feels like someone simply being introduced for the sake of a larger franchise at hand. She gives her character a distinct personality and emotional identity within this particular story. I was extremely impressed by her work and I believe audiences will have plenty to discuss once they have experienced this movie. For now, that is all I will say about Sadie Sink's performance in Spider-Man Brand New Day. She was phenomenal and absolutely deserves her flowers. And funny enough, the last time I saw Sadie Sink on the big screen was during an exclusive early access screening slash preview thing I had at the top of the year for Stranger Things. I don't know why I said exclusive early access screening. I think there was a couple hours early or something. I don't remember, but it was definitely like a very exclusive event at the time, because I remember getting emails saying like, "Hey, check out this exclusive event of the finale of Stranger Things." I was like, "Oh hell yeah, Stranger Things on the big screen! Great concept." Netflix did back then, not back then, but like at the top of the year, they did really good with that, and that was honestly really, really just amazing, and how they did all of that. And I am very, very excited to see Sadie Sink in the future in more Marvel Cinematic Universe content, because with the role she is and the character she is in this movie, we will be seeing a lot of Sadie Sink in the future, and I am very much looking forward to that. She's got a big role ahead, big character to play, a lot of people that are going to be keeping her eyes on her, because there's a lot of like skepticism out there. But for me, honestly, I always believed she would absolutely nail the character that she's playing. And I knew from the jump, like, yeah, when she was casted, I was like, okay, whoever she's going to play, she's just going to be phenomenal. And she did. She blew it out of the water. She did amazing. And she honestly stole the movie in the best way possible. Like, her character, her presence was felt. The reveal of her character in the film, well done. Very well done. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't like, oh my God, so and so, you know? It was just like really, really well done and written and shot well. But yeah, let's move on to the next segment of today's review video for Spider-Man Brand New Day. One of the major things that I absolutely loved about Spider-Man Brand New Day was the ensemble. The ensemble across the board. The strength of the performances extend beyond the principal cast, truthfully, and the entire ensemble of the cast contributes to the film's personality and emotional momentum. Whether a character receives a major storyline or appears for a completely limited amount of time, the performances feel committed to the world being built around Peter Parker and Spider-Man. That consistently matters in a movie of this scale. A Spider-Man story cannot survive through spectacle alone. It needs people we believe in, relationships that carry emotional weight, and characters whose actions feel connected to something human. Brand New Day understands that perfectly. The spectacle may initially attract audiences, but the characters are what gives the experience its soul. And Spider-Man Brand New Day definitely has a strong soul coming off that foundation of the John Watts trilogy. Spider-Man Homecoming in 2017, then 2019, I believe, with Spider-Man Far From Home, then in 2021 with Spider-Man No Way Home. Awesome films, very enjoyable, but Spider-Man Brand New Day is also my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man ever. Like, Homecoming obviously was fun. Far From Home was okay and very enjoyable. Spider-Man No Way Home was also a very fun film. Nostalgia for sure, obviously, because we reunited with previous Spider-Man and whatnot. Also, I just wanted to say some of the footage in this video I'm throwing in here is also a mixture of gameplay and behind-the-scenes clips from the Marvel Spider-Man games, because I definitely talk a little bit about the Marvel Spider-Man games throughout this video, and I do hope you guys are enjoying the video. This is definitely one of my favorite reviews I am putting together, and as of recording this, I am just speaking my mind right now, as is, as well as going through this amazing review I have created and curated for you guys today. And all footage shown here of the Marvel Spider-Man games is courtesy and via of Insomniac Games, PlayStation Studios, and Marvel. And all the videos, like the trailers and B-roll footage and some stills, are courtesy of Marvel Entertainment, Marvel Studios, and Sony Pictures Entertainment. So proper disclaimers are already displayed in certain areas throughout the video, just to have that, like that. Yeah, it's fair use and whatnot. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. And truly, Spider-Man Brand New Day is such a great film. And I do hope you get to see it on the big screen because this film is made for the big screen and cinema is great. And you should go see it on the big screen. Michael Giacchino, I most likely just mispronounced his name, so I sincerely apologize. But the music is top tier in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh my lord. This segment of my review would be about 15 minutes long for how in depth I will go to if like because of some of the music I want to touch base on for a while because it's truly phenomenal, especially in scenes where Peter Parker and Zendaya are together, and Peter Parker and MJ. That's funny, but you guys know what I mean. For those who listen, you know what I meant. But yeah, Peter Parker and MJ, they had some phenomenal moments where the music was just right. And it's honestly amazing because it's not only like the evolution of Spider-Man in this new chapter, it's also the evolution of Spider-Man in music. While Michael Giacchino has produced and composed and written many Spider-Man original soundtracks, this one is probably one of his best works. And that is why the music in this film is outstanding. It elevates the action, strengthens the emotion, and gives the movie an identity that remains with you after the credits have finished. There are moments where the music allows the film to soar, but is equally effective when supporting his more intimate and emotional scenes. The score understands when to become powerful and when to pull back, allowing the performances and atmosphere to speak for themselves. Music has always been an essential element of the Spider-Man cinematic history. Each era has carried its own sound, and Brand New Day adds another memorable musical chapter to that legacy. This is the kind of score that I am eager to hear again outside the movie. Inside the theater, however, it becomes part of the complete experience. The music, the imagery, and emotion frequently work together to create moments that feel genuine special. And this score was genuine special. It's also streaming on all the music platforms out there. I've re-listened to some of the soundtrack already, and I am still impressed of how good it is and just how freaking cool it is and sounds. It's truly, truly special. And yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions on the score for Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spider-Man Brand New Day is also my favorite visual presentation in a Spider-Man film in such a long time. Live action Spider-Man have had this weird thing with me where visually some of them have missed, some of them have hit right, and some of them just misfired. Spider-Man Brand New Day was a visual spectacular to me, honestly. The cinematography, the movement, the environments, the action, the overall presentation are just spectacular. Like I said, there is a sense of scale to the movie, but the visuals are not impressive only because they are large. They are expansive. The way Spider-Man moves carries personality. The framing appeared during quieter scenes reflecting his emotional state. The action feels designed to communicate character rather than simply fill the screen with movement. The movie is capable of looking enormous without losing sight of the person at the center of the image. Seeing the film in Dolby Cinema was an excellent first experience. Returning later for the 3D presentation gave me another opportunity to appreciate the depth, movement, and visual construction of its world. More importantly, seeing it twice confirmed that my initial excitement was not simply the result of opening day adrenaline or just wanting to see my favorite hero again on the big screen, which is Spider-Man. I remain completely invested in this story and everything once more during my second screening and noticed additional visual and emotional details that strengthened my appreciation for the movie as a whole. This movie deserves to be experienced on the biggest screen available, and I believe you guys should most definitely see it on the big screen, obviously. And this film it's filled with genuine emotion. There are several moments where I and others have become emotional. We were not alone. You could feel the audience reacting around me as the film reached some of its most powerful scenes. Without describing what happens, some moments clearly affected people throughout the auditorium. That shared response is one of the reasons theatrical moviegoing remains special. Watching a movie at home can be comfortable, but there is something irreplaceable about sitting in a dark auditorium with a crowd that is collectively experiencing the same excitement, fear, sadness, and hope as you. When Spider-Man falls, the room feels it. When he rises again, we all feel it too. Brand New Day understands the emotional history audiences carry into a Spider-Man movie. It does not rely entirely upon nostalgia, but it recognizes that people have spent years or even decades forming a relationship with this character, that the late Stan Lee and Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby all contributed their creations and creativity to. Rest in peace to the late great Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and yeah. Sorry about that strange cut there, folks. Just wanted to yeah, just wanted to verify some things during this live taping I'm doing, because yeah, I kind of forgot about some stuff here on my notes. So we're definitely gonna add a little bit more here as we go. Yeah, I definitely said this stuff. Yeah, okay, but yeah, truthfully, Spider-Man: Brand New Day would be a movie Kirby, Ditko, and Lee would absolutely love. Truthfully, and it's a shame they're not here with us to see this film or continue their craft. But their craft lives through generations and generations to come. And this film embraces those qualities without forgetting to let Spider-Man be exciting, heroic, and fun. And yeah, I mean, Spider-Man: Brand New Day to me is one of my favorite films of the year. It's up there. It's not going to be movie of the year, obviously, but if comic book movie of the year, definitely up there. I mean, most definitely up there in my all-time favorite movies list, for sure, in the comic book realm and just the overall realm itself. I absolutely adore and love this film, but I also have this weird. Hey guys, sorry for that cut off there. I just had to do some click trimming and stuff while I'm live editing and editing this live as I currently narrate. But yeah, let's continue my thoughts. What I was saying was, I have this weird feeling where the strange sadness of finally seeing this film. The other emotion I have mainly around this film is that it has little to do with the story itself or anything. It's just I'm sad the wait is over. That may sound strange, honestly, and after spending so much time anticipating the movie, between the build up and just everything, it all became part of the experience. I love following the production, waiting for announcements, reacting to the promotional material, and imagining what is next. What this chapter could become for everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. There was excitement in not knowing yet, knowing anything about it, and now I have seen it multiple times. I am thrilled that the movie delivered everything I wanted and more, but there is still a bittersweet feeling that comes from reaching the destination after enjoying the journey so deeply. And as always, I always stay through the credits to the very end and they're over, because, yeah, there's so many people that build these movies for us and work. And everybody, no matter what, if there's a post-credit scene or no post-credit scene or mid-credit scene, whatever, there is definitely a joy of just, you need to stay through the credits no matter what. Yeah, it might not be something everybody does. You don't have to, but like, I always do it because it's like, yeah. Sorry, folks. I had my phone going off here as I am recording, and it's like 50 million messages and stuff. What I was saying was, I kind of forget what I was saying. God, oh dang it. Um, but yeah, the build up of this film and just the journey I've been on with it was truly spectacular. I loved it. I enjoyed the journey and just everything about it, and it's definitely bittersweet ending. But truthfully, I am thrilled that the movie delivered everything I wanted and more, and it's just the journey, everything. And thankfully, the movie at the end of the road was something genuinely special. The wait may be over, but a new journey has begun. I can now look forward to discussing the film, revisiting it, and eventually adding it to my digital and physical movie collection whenever those releases arrive. This is absolutely a film I intend to own. More importantly, it is a film I expect to revisit for many years. And it's one of my greatest theatrical experiences of the year. I recently gave similar enormous praise to The Odyssey, another movie that delivered an exceptional big screen appearance for me. The two movies provide very different experiences, but both reminded me why I love cinema. They all were scare, artsy, emotional, and the feeling that I had witnessed something worth leaving home to experience with an audience. That feeling should never be taken for granted. Movies can entertain us for a few hours, but the special ones become attached to in our lives, to a time in our lives. They remind us of where we were, who we were with, and what we've felt when the lights went down and it was time to watch a movie. And I believe Spider-Man Brand New Day will be one of these movies for me for many years to come. And honestly, a final verdict here. Spider-Man Brand New Day is a spectacular, emotional, and visually stunning new chapter for Tom Holland Spider-Man. Tom Holland delivers one of his finest performances as Peter Parker. His chemistry with Jon Bernthal Frank Castle is outstanding. Zendaya and Jacob Batalon remain excellent in their respective roles, while Sadie Sink gives a phenomenal performance that delivers and deserves to be discovered without spoilers. The music is top tier. The visuals are my favorite in any Spider-Man film in recent years and long time. The emotion is genuine, the action is exciting, and the movie never loses sight of the resilience that makes Spider-Man one of the greatest heroes ever created. After my first screening, I placed it within my top 3 Spider-Mans, and after seeing it another time after, as I stated now multiple times, I am ready to call it my favorite. This film received the highest possible praise I can give. Spider-Man Brand New Day earns a spectacular 10 out of 10, and I hope you do see it on the big screen, because this film is deserved to be seen on the biggest screen possible. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is my official review for Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Brand New Day. Thank you, and I will see you in the outro. Hey guys, Carson Kelly here. I just wanted to say thank you for joining and thank you for listening to my official movie review of Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Brand New Day here on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to read my blog today on my blog at www.carsonkellyblogs.com, where I share a lot more thoughts and opinions on the movie. And don't worry, in the future I am planning to write up a blog and produce a video or two here and there about where I think we could go with Spider-Man 5. Presumably Spider-Man Brand New Day sequel, and possibly Spider-Man sequel, where the sequel after the sequel and whatnot, because it's been confirmed obviously a long time ago now that this, with Brand New Day starting, it's the start of the next trilogy of Tom Holland Spider-Man, and I do hope Destin Daniel Grant returns to direct the film, the sequel to Brand New Day, and the follow-up to Brand New Day sequel, which will come after it, obviously. Because Brand New Day sequel, then Brand New Day sequel. Or just Brand New Day 2 and 3, whatever. I'm definitely planning some cool videos for that when those times come. But I just want to say thank you for joining and listening to me for over 30-plus minutes talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day in my official review. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit that like button. Well, it's not really a like button anymore. It's called the heart button. So hit the heart button, and if you did not like the video, hit the dislike button. I encourage everybody to share whether they like or dislike, or heart and not heart. I got to get used to that. I think they made this change about a month or two ago, where the buttons are now just heart-shaped and like a heartbreak shape for disliked. I don't know. I saw the dislike button change as well a while ago, but it'll always be like and dislike, whatever. So yeah, if you liked the video I produced for you, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, please hit the dislike button. And comment your thoughts below on Spider-Man Brand New Day. And let's start a discussion in the comments about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Because I know I'm not the only one out there in the world who wants to share their opinions and thoughts and possible early predictions for the next Spider-Man chapter. Whether he returns in Doomsday or leads Secret Wars, like many of us are eyeing towards that return of Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, that is. It's truly going to be an exciting time for when we do see our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again back on big screens. But for now, go see Spider-Man Brand New Day. It just released in theaters. It's now playing everywhere and exclusively in cinemas. Then I imagine later in the year or early next year, we will get the physical and digital release, which I will be watching in the movie again then. And yeah, folks, I don't really know what else to say, but Spider-Man Brand New Day was a great, great film. I look forward to watching it again in the future, here at home, or possibly again on the big screen in the future. And yeah, I hope you all have a brand new day and a brand new night. But yeah, everybody, that's been a fun one. Thank you all for watching the coverage over the last year and a while for Spider-Man 4 which is titled obviously as Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I look forward to covering the next chapter of Tom Holland's Spider-Man to come in the far future. But yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day, absolutely love the film. Tom Holland, this is Tom Holland's best film in his Spider-Man saga. Definitely the best performance he has given the character, and probably my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man movie ever. I don't know how they can top Brand New Day in the future, let alone some of the previous Spider-Man films. In the future, I plan to share my ranking of the Spider-Man films, but just know Spider-Man Brand New Day is in the top 3, and I believe it's in others' top 3 and 5 and 10 out there as well. But other than that, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. My name is Carson Kelly. Feel free to check out my blog for more reviews, news, project updates, and see what I'm up to these days on my blog at www.carsonkellyblogs.com. And stay tuned for more awesome videos like this to come on the channel in its future, because we have a lot of cool things to come in the future, especially with my channel being 15 years this December. And throughout the year, we obviously been celebrating the 15-year celebration of my YouTube channel. And yeah, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I will see you next time for another official movie review here on my YouTube channel or blog at www.carsonkellyblogs.com. Thank you for watching this special video. Peace.